coming to the end of 2023. We're gonna start seeing lots of last of videos or starting new videos. This is my last book of the month box for 2023, and I don't think it's gonna disappoint. It's certainly not gonna disappoint me. I think you'll enjoy it if you stick around. I'm Rose, I am at home, and I am so excited for this box, so I'm gonna jump right in. If you watched my November book of the month, I mentioned that I was disappointed because there was a specific book that was on a lot of projected lists, a lot of prediction lists for November. It's the one that I was the most looking forward to, and then it wasn't there. But it is in the December box. This book actually came out November 28th, so if you're not a Book of the Month member, you can still get it. And it is Kingdom of Sweets. It is by Erika Johansen. Check that. So if you have not heard of this book, y'all, this is a fantasy retelling of the Nutcracker, and how amazing is that for this season? It is absolutely going on the December TBR, the video for which should be up Wednesday. Hopefully I will have time to do it by then. And so make sure you subscribe so you can see that and you'll see this book again. But I am so excited. I had planned on just ordering it from Barnes & Noble, and then the new books for Book of the Month actually released on the 27th, so that I knew I could get it cheaper from Book of the Month and still have a hardcover and still be perfectly happy with my purchase. So let me read to you what this is about. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Light and dark. This is the cursed birthright placed upon Clara and Natasha by their godfather, Drosselmeyer, whose power and greed hold an entire city in his sway. Charming Clara, the favorite, grows into a life of beauty and ease, while Natasha is relegated to her sister's shadow, ignored and unloved. But Natasha seizes the opportunity for revenge one Christmas Eve when Drosselmeyer arrives at the family gala with the Nutcracker, an enchanted gift that offers entry into an alternate world, the Kingdom of Sweets. Following Clara into the glittering land of snow and sugar, Natasha discovers a source of power far greater than Drosselmeyer, the Sugar Plum Fairy, who offers her own wondrous gifts and chilling bargains. But as Natasha uncovers the truth about a dark destiny crafted long before her birth, she must reckon with forces both earthly and magical, human and diabolical, and decide to which world she truly belongs. Does that not sound absolutely amazing and perfectly timed? My son played a party boy. He was actually Fritz, the little brother, who it doesn't sound like he's in this book, but he was Fritz for a number of years with the Tallahassee Ballet until the year that he broke his leg playing monster tag at school, and he didn't dance that year, but then he became a party boy until he quit dancing to just do theater. And the Nutcracker still holds a very special place in my heart. I am so excited for this. I cannot wait. Again, subscribe, you'll see it again on Wednesday, and maybe we can all read it together. I don't know, but I'm so excited. The next thing I got from their backlist, because y'all know I've been just collecting the holiday books and I'm so excited for them. And it is One Day in December by Josie Silver. And so this actually came out in 2018. And so, but I haven't read it yet. I haven't gotten it yet, so I was able to get it still in hardcover, even though it's that old, which is one of the good things about Book of the Month. Not sponsored. They don't know I make these videos. They don't know me beyond sending me a box once a month that I pay for. So let me tell you what this one is about. Laurie is pretty sure love at first sight doesn't exist anywhere outside of the movies. But then, through the mist on a bus window one snowy December day, she sees a man that she knows, instantly is the one. Their eyes meet. There's a moment of pure magic, and then her bus drives away. Certain they're fated to find each other again, Laurie spends a year scanning every bus stop and cafe in London, hoping for another glimpse of what she trusts is true love. but she doesn't find him. Not when it matters, anyway. Instead, they reunite at a Christmas party where her best friend Sarah giddily introduces her new boyfriend, Jack, the man from the bus, to Lori. What follows for Lori, Sarah, and Jack is 10 years of friendship, heartbreak, roads not taken, and destinies reconsidered. One Day in December is a joyous, heartwarming, and immensely moving love story, and a reminder that fate takes inexplicable turns along the route to happiness. That sounds like there's a lot going to be going on. It sounds like there's a lot of feels and a lot of possible bad decisions, and who knows, but I am here for it, and I can't wait to give it a shot. Y'all know I'm not big on romance. I'm really picky about the tropes that they use, but for some reason, even though I don't get a lot from regular bookstores, I do tend to pick it up on occasion from Book of the Month. And I did it again this month. So this is The Second Chance Year by Melissa Wiesner, and I'm gonna see if this will focus for you. Yeah. And I thought that this sounded really interesting, and I think it also goes with the season. Let me remind myself and tell you what it's about. Sadie Thatcher's life has fallen apart in spectacular fashion. In one fell swoop, she managed to lose her job, her apartment, and her boyfriend, all thanks to her big mouth. So when a fortune teller offers her one wish, Sadie jumps at the chance to redo her awful year. Deep down, she doesn't believe magic will fix her life, but taking a leap of faith, Sadie makes her wish, opens her eyes, and nothing has changed. And then, in perhaps her dumbest move yet, she kisses her brother's best friend, Jacob. When Sadie wakes up the next morning, she's in her former apartment with her former boyfriend, and her former boss is expecting her at work. Checking the date, she realizes it's January 1st. Of last year. As Sadie navigates her second chance year, she begins to see the red flags she missed in her relationship and in her career. Plus, she keeps running into Jacob, and she can't stop thinking about their kiss, the one he has no idea ever happened. Suddenly, Sadie begins to wonder if her only mistake was wishing for a second chance. So I think this is a great New Year's read. I think this is going to be a really good one for me to put to the end of December. So with the starting over and the New Year stuff like I talked about at the beginning, I think this will be wonderful for that, and I'm so excited to give it a shot. The next one is another new release. I believe the Second Chance Year also new release coming out in December. This one is a mystery thriller coming out in December, and it is Kate Alice Marshall's No One Can Know. No One Can Know. That's a creepy cover. So stop. I'm not as huge on having hardcovers for mystery thrillers. Of all of the genres, this is the genre that I reread the least, because it's one of those where once you figure out the twist, unless the writing is, unless it's like Agatha Christie level writing, I don't need to reread it. Like, it's an adventure that I go on normally one time, but it sounded so good I couldn't not go ahead and grab it. So let me tell you what it's about. 14 years ago, the Palmer sisters, Emma, Juliet, and Daphne, left their home in Arden Hills and never returned. But when Emma discovers she's pregnant and her husband loses his job, she has no option but to return to the house that she and her estranged sisters still own, and where their parents were murdered. Emma has never told anyone what she saw that night her parents died, even when she became the prime suspect. But her presence in the house threatens to uncover secrets that have stayed hidden for years, and the sisters are drawn together once again. As they face their memories of the past, rivalries restart. Connections are forged, and for the first time, Emma starts to ask questions about what really happened that night. The more Emma learns, the more riddles emerge, and Emma begins to wonder just what her siblings will do to keep the past buried, and whether she did the right thing staying quiet about what was whispered that night. No one can know. It sounds really cool. I don't think that's a December read. I don't think that one's going to be coming up immediately in the TBR, but it is one that I'm super excited to get to. And the last book I picked, again, I maxed the box. I think I always do. It seems wrong not to when I have the spots and the add-ons are so inexpensive. So this is another one. It is releasing this month, and it is, if I'm remembering correctly, historical fiction. And it is The Storm We Made by Vanessa Chan. And that's a really cool looking cover. Like that's a really cool look. So let's see what this one is about. Malaysia, 1945. Cecily Alcantara's family is in terrible danger. Her 15-year-old son, Abel, has disappeared, and her youngest daughter, Jasmine, hides in a basement to avoid being pressed into service at the comfort stations. Her oldest daughter, Jujubee, who serves tea to drunk Japanese soldiers, becomes angrier by the day. Cecily knows two things: that this is all her fault, and that her family must never learn the truth. A decade prior, Cecily, desperate to be more than a housewife in British colonized Malaysia, is lured into a life of espionage by the charismatic General Fujiwara. Mesmerized by a dream of an Asia for Asians, she helps usher in a war, and with it, a new and more brutal occupier. Now her family is on the brink of destruction, and she will do anything to save them. Spanning years of pain and triumph and told from the perspectives of 4 unforgettable characters, The Storm We Made is a dazzling saga about the horrors of war, the fraught relationships between the colonized and their oppressors, and the ambiguity of right and wrong when survival is at stake. That just sounded too amazing to not pick up this month, and so I'm so glad that I did. Again, this is not going to be a December read, but it is going to definitely be something I pick up in the spring because it sounds amazing. They also included a bookmark. This one's a little cheeky. Let's see if you can read it. Yeah, a little funny. And the coolest thing, and I love this, they included a page of stickers. Let me see if it'll focus for you. How adorable are those? I'm totally gonna put these in my planner. I'm so excited for that. So that's all I have from this box. I should have my TBR for December, which I am so excited about, ready for you hopefully this Wednesday if I can get in a week video. Otherwise it'll be on Sunday. So go ahead and subscribe so that you can see that. And in the meantime, I hope that you have an absolutely amazing rest of your week and that you get to read some really amazing books. Bye, y'all.